Welcome to our Executive Report series. Today, we will discuss our analysis of recent trends in the RAS pathway inhibitor field, providing an overview of the current state of play based on extensive deal and investment analysis over the last 7 years. We will cover the following. 1. Recent business development activity in the space. 2. How much money has been invested into RAS inhibitors through venture capital funding? 3. What do we expect going forward in terms of top VC exits and their return on investment? Now let's get started. Over the past 6 years, the RAS pathway inhibitors or RASi space has solidified its position as one of the most promising areas in targeted oncology. Sustained momentum in both biopharma deal-making and venture capital funding demonstrates a robust belief in the long-term commercial and clinical potential of RAS-targeted therapies. Our analysis of the landscape reveals key insights into the strategic considerations driving this momentum. Between 2020 and 2025, total known deal value in the RASi space exceeded $8.3 billion. This includes licensing and collaborations, as well as full acquisitions of companies working on RAS-targeted therapies. While most deals are structured around early-stage licensing with milestone payments, late-stage or regulatory-cleared assets attract substantially larger upfront sums. This bifurcation in deal value aligns closely with asset maturity. In 2020 and 2021, a wave of early-stage deals dominated the landscape. However, starting in 2022, there was a noticeable shift towards later-stage assets. The most significant deal to date remains Merck KGaA's $3.9 billion acquisition of SpringWorks Therapeutics in 2025. This represents a full strategic acquisition at an approved stage. Notably, the average upfront payment in 2025 more than doubled compared to earlier years. In addition to the high upfront values for later-stage assets, the average deal value also increased significantly. This surge is largely driven by two mega deals in 2025, the SpringWorks and Ipsen transactions. When analyzing the split between upfront and milestone payments, it's clear that the inclusion of approved or near-commercial assets skews the overall data. Notably, in 2025, 70% of the total deal value was paid upfront due to the influence of these late-stage transactions. Upfronts are highly stage-sensitive. Approved or near-commercial assets typically receive upfronts between 70 to 100% of deal value. Early-stage and research phase collaborations often see single-digit upfront percentages. The top upfront payments to date are $3.9 billion from Merck to SpringWorks 2025 acquisition, $71 million from Ipsen to Day One Biopharma 2024, $70 million from Servier to Black Diamond Therapeutics 2025, $50 million from Merck to Taiho Astex 2020. Consistent venture capital investment across 7 years indicates confidence in the long-term value of RASi assets. 2021 stood out with $239 million raised across multiple companies. In 2023 and 2020, funding rounds also surpassed $200 million. Investment focus was directed toward platforms developing RAS G1 to C, G1 to D inhibitors, molecular glues, pan-RAS, RAF inhibitors, and next-generation RAS-on inhibitors. Key reasons for VC investment in this area include unmet need and target validation. Despite decades of research, RAS remains undruggable for many cancers. Early success of KRAS G1 to C inhibitors like sotorasib proved commercial potential. The broad application across tumor types including NSCLC, CRC, and pancreatic cancer is attractive. The versatility for combination strategies with IO or chemotherapy further enhances the appeal. Additionally, Pharma M&A appetite for RAS-targeting pipelines strengthens the case for investment. Several companies have emerged as leaders in the space, attracting significant VC funding. These include Athenex, Revolution Medicines, Erasca, Genfleet Therapeutics, Kinnate Biopharma, and more. Now let's move towards our forward-looking VC exit predictions. We predict at least 3 to 5 material VC exits between 2025 to 2028 driven by pipeline maturity, favorable regulatory outcomes, and sustained pharma interest. The expected return on investment for VCs will range between 3x and 8x depending on stage, asset differentiation, and exit timing. Here are our top 5 VC exits and their expected ROI. Black Diamond Therapeutics, deal basis 2025 licensing deal with Servier for RAS-REF inhibitors in phase 1. Exit scenario: potential acquisition by Servier or a competitor upon positive phase 2 data. Expected ROI for 2.6x over entry valuation. Erasca, deal basis multiple deals, for example, with Novartis and Joyo Pharmatech, pan-RAS and molecular glue modalities. Exit scenario: IPO uplift or acquisition as pipeline matures toward registrational studies. Expected ROI 5 to 8x VC investment due to diversified asset strategy. Revolution Medicines, deal basis ongoing collaborations for bispecific RAS(ON) inhibitors. Exit scenario: acquisition by a large-cap pharma seeking early-stage pipeline depth. Expected ROI 3 to 5x driven by platform scalability and early strategic interest. GenFleet Therapeutics, deal basis RAS G1 to D(ON) OFF inhibitors partnered with Veristim in phase 1 China. Exit scenario: M&A exit driven by regional to global expansion strategy. Expected ROI for X with upside to 7x if data supports expansion beyond China. Kinnate Biopharma, deal basis 2020 for asset sale to 𝗘𝗫𝗜𝗏. PenRAF programs in phase 1. Exit scenario: strategic bolt-on by Faber or out-licensed to third parties. Expected ROI 3 to 4x depending on progress in clinical validation. In conclusion, RAS-targeted drug development has evolved from early-stage hypothesis to a commercially validated multi-billion-dollar therapeutic category. Biopharma deals increasingly favor mature or mechanistically novel RASi programs. VCs remain focused on platform plays with optionality and scientific depth. At least 3 to 5 material VC exits are anticipated in the next 3 to 4 years. Average VC ROI is expected to range between 3x and 8x depending on stage, asset differentiation, and exit timing.